game. Upper Division Season 2, DPC, B Cup in black. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Tsunami. I appreciate it. One last time, getting it thrown over to us.
This is it, B Cup.
This is the last dance.
Last game, last series.
And we got one extra.
Last day of our lives. Okay, not quite that bad, but let's not go there.
I wouldn't go that far.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But we get to see some, standard picks, it feels like, throughout this draft,
So
considering what we've had in the recent games.
I don't know, both of them just don't want to pick up the most obvious answers. Like they want to make it spicy.
I really think if LGD wanted to make it spicy, they should have picked up Jin-Q Techies. We didn't see it once this entire year.
Very disappointing, right?
It's the most disappointing. He was playing that hero like a champ.
Imagine what he can do on the Techies after seeing what he can do on the Snapfire.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, it's always impressive how much he farms on Techies. But maybe that has something to do with the way they're drafting, and they don't want to give up too much farm to a Techies, because he would be like first in the net worth. It's kind of crazy how he would accomplish that.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some Techies, it was like day and night. There's some really good ones. And then there's some really bad ones. There's nothing in between. Either really good or really bad.
Unfortunately. Ori, this time, though, on the Death Prophet. Nothing to say on one of his better heroes, the Puck.
Yeah, a lot of counters against him, though. A Silence, Nyx Assassin, Lion. Can't get any worse. Maybe if they had a Void on top of that as well or something like that. But it's not an easy Puck game at all. Top lane, I think, should be really easy for Ursa, though. Like, he got the Warlock heal. Should be no problem for him to sustain himself. And Bloodseeker against PA is not easy. I mean, against all three cores, really. It's very good against Timber, DP, and PA.
So his win rate on Puck is only 57%, but it's his most played professional
I mean,
hero.
only. 57 is pretty good.
It's not as high as, say, his Magnus at 83%, or as the panel likes to call it, 100%. And he's got like Tiny and TA that are in the 70s. His Tinker's even 64%. When are we going to see that hero again?
Yeah. Tech is Tinker. Both.
Yeah?
It's never go high ground.
No, that's the let's never go high ground game. Force him to call GG from outside the base.
Make the game fun only for us.
So right now, we'll see how slow things start. Things started a little bit slow in that second game, but then they really ramped up.
For sure. There was also a little bit draft-based, though. Like this game, both teams have really good, just an overall draft. Like, it's very hard to give a definite advantage to any of these drafts. It really just depends on how the team fight starts. And that's really how a game between these two teams should end. Or a series, rather. Super even draft, see who outplays who. And the winner goes to the group stage, right?
Winner goes to the group stage, loser goes to the wild card, joining IG there.
Yeah, IG, Nigma, Secret.
Yeah. Which is very big considering the fact that if LGD win this, they'll have 800 points. They should be secured a spot, theoretically. And if ViCi win, at least they get to avoid Secret potentially and have a chance to, get more points, lock it in.
Yeah, it sounds very scary, potentially. The fact that you have to go up against so many powerhouse teams from all the other regions. I mean, even TNC, before this whole COVID started, they won a LAN tournament.
Yeah.
Like a major. So, it's going to be tough to call. You definitely don't want to be there if you can avoid it, though.
Having the hardest road ahead of you, for sure. It's completely different to the wild card we saw in the first major too. Like good team-wise, I would say this wild card is setting up to be much harder.
It's super stacked. I'm sure Elephant is hoping for their Chinese brethren to be doing very well, so their qualifiers get easier.
Right. And so they can probably be the favorite in qualifiers.
Yeah. Which is still a weird thought.
Yeah.
We thought they were the favorites in Season 1, and then RTK, Season 2 as well.
And they just kind of underperformed the entire time.
They really did. A lot of disappointed people out there.
Oh yeah, well, when you've got big names like that, you've got fans who've been following players like FY for so long.
Yeah.
And you're expecting more from them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But Dota is just a game like that, though. It's very difficult to master. Well, you can't master it. And there's so many things now that are important other than individual skill.
Things just 4.5 minutes in seem a little bit quiet. They go after Ame for a second. It's got some help here from Y, so not in too much danger at the moment. PYW on this 4-position Nyx Assassin. You know, sometimes we see 5-position Nyx Assassins go like boots into the straight ags. Right clicks coming through for Boyoyo, and the Stifling Dagger will get the kill to Jinkyu, no disarm.
0 disarms and so many hits. Now they're going into the Bloodseeker. He has very high armor though, so he should be fine. Boyoyo.
Silence.
Boyoyo. This bot lane is actually going a lot better for them than I thought it would. This PA is completely free farming. He's back to full health. And Exorcism pop.
Exorcism pop chasing out, nothing to say. Looking at this tier 1 tower, maybe trying to take a mid. From what we've seen at other times with these heroes, as DY dies to Jinkyu, with Death Prophet in particular, we've sometimes seen that first Exorcism off a TP to a side lane. I'm a little surprised that it just gets used to your mid like this.
I mean, it will deal about half damage to the tower. It's not terrible, but it doesn't result in any kill or any
objective of any kind.
Objective, yeah. It's like half HP on the tower. Decent, but usually we're looking for that like bigger impact on it, right?
We saw Timber kind of struggling a little bit. Faith Beyond level 5.
Yeah, but I'm a bit scared here for this Bloodseeker. If Bloodseeker loses lane, he can become a non-factor real quick. And it's not a lane he should be losing, I think. Because Bloodseeker is usually picked as a counter to PA lanes, because you have so high armor. But they're not pressuring his PA at all. He's 1,000 net worth ahead of the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, Phantom Assassin doing a really good job so far.
Yeah, this is scary. Scary thought. Because PA is also the guy that counters the Ursa until he gets his MKB.
How are they going to catch this Phantom Assassin?
They need to coil him. Or Rupture.
But yeah, those are your two options, but you don't...
Which is not easy.
Yeah, you don't have much here in terms of lockdown for LGD.
For sure. Especially with this start that this PA is having, it's going to be a very tough ask to lock her down. Also curious to see what item build he goes for. Does he go for the fast Deso plus Orb of Corrosion combination, or is he going into the Battle Fury kind of build?
Certainly been more of a fan of avoiding the Battle Fury for a lot of these safe laners that we've seen who used to be Battle Fury builders.
100%. Now Pango's taking over the mid lane, and Puck is on the move top.
Yeah, nothing to say coming over, and they're going to use that Dream Coil out on the Timber. He's under the tower and in some trouble. The Earth Spike comes in and lands under the Ursa, but they get the kill on Old 11. They've got themselves the Fatal Bonds out of PYW as well as that Lion of DY.
Lion has no
attention
boots.
on the Lion, and he's very slow. Urshot comes in, and the Illusory Orb jaunt from Nothing to Say, which will allow him to get a double kill.
Yeah. I mean, in the same way where PA is really scary when you have a free game, this Puck is having a really good game as well. And we have seen how many Pucks can just absolutely take over the game.
Keeping up with the Phantom Assassin, considering that they're both having good games. And Puck, who do you expect more from? I would say the Puck, right? The earlier at least.
Hell yeah, 100%. Exorcism popped again to now, hopefully, down to the mid tower. There's not too much I can do about this one, I think. But yeah, it will be all on the Puck in this early game. Like, he will have to do all the rotations. Rapture actually on the DP is very low.
Yeah, very low. Sitting in the blood right. Illusory Orb coming in. They'll jaunt. They'll use the Waning Rift. They'll get the kill onto Ori. They do take that tower over mid.
Very cocky.
Ame by himself for a second, but he wants to go on Old 11. Timber Chain just getting away from this bear.
He has Life Leech and still has Enrage as well.
One crit. Going Sanj and Yasha.
You need it against the Rapture, but usually you want to have one fighting item at least. Fabian in trouble here. One more
Got the
crit.
stun from DY, blood right down. That'll silence. They had a double damage on DY. Just don't have the damage to kill this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, very surprising to see St. Joshua queued up here. It's usually either Deso or Battle Fury. And then into the St. Joshua after that.
Right. So we'll see if he can commit, if he wants to commit to that.
St. Joshua first, I'm just like, you're not really an assassin, another coil.
Yeah, another coil here onto the Timber. They'll bring Ame over. He'll snap the coil, right-clicks in with the Waning Rift and the Illusory Orb. They get the kill with PYW, Ori, and Poyoyo coming in to try and kill off Ame, but they miss the stun. He turns Spike Carapace, right-clicks in. Eventually, he'll be focused down, and that's the kill for Ori. X on the Pango, trying to survive, but DY run down by Jinkyu, getting some help there from the Pangolier, and Faith Beyond's lane opens thanks to the fact that Poyoyo has rotated out.
Yeah, which means now he can finally recover a little bit. The Ursa Death is acceptable because there were a lot of rotations from both the PA as well as the DP.
Opens up space for your Bloodseeker. You do get a kill there onto the Timber.
Yeah.
Dire's
And
top tower
again, like,
is under attack.
the draft of LGD is really greedy when it comes to supports.
Right.
Pango, Warlock, they're pretty weak until level 6, but once they both hit 6, it's going to be super hard to fight
Rupture
for
on the
Radiant.
Poyoyo, blood right down, trying to run out of it, continuing to run.
There's no TP.
Blur right clicks in the kill, so
Yep.
Phantom Assassin ends up dead easily. Ursa, who had just died top, comes back and gets one.
That's the counter. You rapture him, he can't do
Radiant's
anything.
bottom
You don't have
tower
TP ready,
is
you're
under
dead.
attack.
And even if you have TP ready, you're probably going to be dead soon because he's going for this Atos build.
Yeah.
Warlock, hit 6. Pango, also just hit 6.
So big team fight coming in for LGD.
Yeah. Their team fight is massive. You have Coil, Pango Roll, Rapture, Warlock Golem. It's going to be so hard for VG to fight into this. Even if they just Rapture the DP, drop everything on top of her, she's dead. And she's the most amount of damage of the lineup right now.
Committing for the Yasha.
Yeah, we'll see if it works out for him. It's just... It doesn't really present you a winning condition in either way. Like, it doesn't accelerate your farm by a ton. And at the same time, it also doesn't allow you to kill anyone really fast. It's like an in-between item, which is usually why it's reserved for the second item.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ame already
under
spotted
the tower.
the Nyx. Yep.
Ooh. Oh.
Playing some rock.
I want to rock. Boom. Just throw the Chaotic Offering down. This is leaving Old 11 to farm up some. He had a tough lane. He'll catch up to this Death Prophet for the moment, but you still have nothing to say accelerating on this puck at the moment. Going into the Blink Dagger, has the Veil with boots, 1,600 gold saved up, stands top of the net worth. It was close with the Death Prophet and the PA, but starting to pull away a little bit. Rupture used by this Bloodseeker. It's onto the Death Prophet, but no follow-up.
Yeah, you need a Puck Coil to make anything happen. And they smoke up after using the Rupture, okay? It's the Warlock and Puck together. If they find this Timber, I don't think they have enough damage without the Ursa. And he's the only one there.
Jinkyu's there as well. They'll have the Rolling Thunder. And he's already level 8.
He's too tanky, and I can't kill him without the Ursa, who is now rotating over.
Yeah, so now that Timber's left the lane, they could just take the tower.
Radiant's
Are they going to
middle
use
tower
Exorcism
is
top
under
to get a
attack.
tower? They don't.
Dire are scanning.
Okay, just going to try to look to right click it down.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Cliff used
Dire's
there by
top tower
the
is
Dire
under attack.
and the Radiant. Okay.
Yeah, they're both pretty much just waiting for the
Radiant
items.
tower. Towers,
Is
yeah.
under attack.
Yeah, Puck Blink up in 40.
Radiant are
Ursa,
scanning.
Diffu up in 400.
He's going to get some gold here from the tower. He'll clean up this creep wave.
Dire's
Do his
top
thing.
tower has
They'll have
fallen.
Blink, they'll have Diffusal, they're still working with Chaotic Offering, Dream Coil, everything up for LGD. It wouldn't surprise me if this is a moment in which they really want to put their foot on the gas and go.
Yeah. They want to wait for that diffuser blade, I'd imagine.
Rupture used on PYW, trying to go into the TP out. They'll force the Dream Coil to be used on this Nyx Assassin. Despite Fingers, Silence, and the damage on the DY. So he throws a finger, he doesn't get anything from it. Bull support style inside of ViCi.LGD. They also leave Ame bottom to continue to farm as he's got this diffusal flying out, going into the BKB next.
They wasn't even close to killing the Bloodseeker at all.
No.
Whatever math he did was definitely not the correct math. And DY has been struggling this game quite a bit. He's 0-4-1, hasn't really found much of anything. Usually one of the most stable support players in the China region.
And he's been for a long time. I think a lot of people look at this ViCi support duo and definitely look at it in a way that it feels like one of the best, if not the best, for many fans out there.
Yeah, ViCi has always been like that for VG. Even with Fenry FY,
yeah,
widely considered the best of the best.
But if you look at all the support duos throughout the upper division, like there's a lot that really do stand out. Even LGD, JinQ and Y, they play a little bit of a different style than PYW and DY. You've also got Borax and Lanham, who have obviously showed up big time. They've got the disarm, DY on the run, Bloodright gets the kill, Faith Beyond gets credit for that one.
There's the Roche. DP is not level 12 yet, so her exorcism isn't nearly as strong. Oh, they have to be a bit careful though, if they get spammed down too much. Ursa can solve this. He will be healing up a lot.
Yeah, they're going to leave him in the pit by himself, but Nyx Assassin comes
just
through.
runs
Got
in.
the Chaotic Offering, and now the Chakram flies through. Golem, that'll be taken care of immediately, but they get the kill on PYW, so they end up getting one. He'll be dead for 25, Old 11 showing himself forward. Nothing to say, still working with that Dream Coil. Right clicks in, Stifling Dagger, soloing up Ame. They've got the Silence. Rolling Thunder with their Dream Coil, only on to the Death Prophet, who will snap the coil. They've got the Fatal Bonds. They'll get a quick kill onto Ori, looking over at DY once again. They get the kill on the Lion. They've taken out 3. They're back in a Roche, and things are problematic for ViCi. And it looks like they'll just give this one up after taking a couple casualties.
Yeah, sick play by XinQ there. Keeping the DP permanently stunned with the Rolling Thunder. Not managed to Yule himself. Maybe if he can Yule himself, he will be able to kill the Ursa, but XinQ just made sure that will never happen. And she's such a god. I mean, both of them really, PYW, XinQ.
Yeah.
DYY also, like, so many supports in China are just insane.
It seems like we always talk about the depth of this region, but it goes as far as to like, they've got guys who you could consider top 5 of the world in every position.
Yeah.
On multiple teams.
China has always been a very, very competitive region. I know, obviously, the better the region is, the better the players get, because you get challenged more.
Get yourself challenged more, potentially, growing from the experience you get, and you see that a lot with the leagues that are developed in China with DPL, H Cup, Perfect World League, I-League.
I mean, they have in-house leagues themselves also. Instead of playing pubs, they play these competitive in-house leagues. Ursa?
Stun comes out onto the Ursa, and they've got the damage in to take out the first life.
It was close.
They're going to rotate in. They've got themselves a Treatment Coil as well as the Rupture. Everything but the Chaotic Offering is available for them, and Ame wants to run and go after these heroes. Death Prophet slowed up for the moment. They've got the Pride of Atos coming in from Faith Beyond the 2-man Dream Coil through. Right now, nothing to say. He's got some lockdown for this team. The Rolling Thunder comes out, and it's going to snap the coil just on the edge of it with the Rolling Thunder. They'll go after Ori. They'll get the kill, the finger throw from DY, and again, it's just not doing enough damage. They look over as they try to finish off this Timber. The right-click damage is not enough, but they get the kill onto the Lion while they're looking. And Illusory Orb finding PYW. He'll try to TP, but they've got the Rod of Atos, and they'll have the right-click damage to finish off this Nyx Assassin. 3 kills for none. Justin Aegis and LGD continue to roll through.
Yeah, just as we were praising them, of course, the support duo of VG is getting absolutely shut down. 0-3-1, 0-7-1.
0-10-2.
To be fair, they have a scoreline of 2-16 right now, so at least they're involved in everything, but this game is looking like an absolute massacre. I'm surprised they're only 3k gold down, to be honest.
Yeah, it feels a lot more of a split than that, but you are getting a lot of space for Puyoyo. I don't think he's really been involved in a lot at the moment. He's going Sanjin Yasha BKB.
But
we're not
that's the
seeing
problem.
the Deso. We're not seeing anything that really makes me think that he's going to be anything to really be worried about.
Yeah, I mean, he's been farming away the entire time. You want to do that, build a Battle Fury. if you want to join fights properly, build a Desolator. Like,
Yeah.
don't do this in-between thing. He's going Sage, Yasha into BKB. Still, where's your damage gonna come from? Are you all inning on a DP? You have 0 saves for the DP.
Old 11 in trouble. Rolling Thunder coming in again. They've got a Diffusal to slow him up. Rolling Thunder bounces once more. Why? Just right in his face, and with the Rolling Thunder bouncing on him multiple times in just a matter of a couple of seconds, it's Ame who gets credit with the kill.
Yeah. Next assassin.
Bell, Illusory Orb.
Are they gonna expand the coil?
Oh, they're thinking about dropping down the Chaotic Offering, or if he still just wants to rock.
Surprised they didn't just call that.
No.
Cooldown is very low. Might as well just get the kill. But yeah, for me, the big question mark in this VG lineup has always been Poyoyo. He's the most unstable, I'd say. He probably needs like another half year or year until he really becomes this like S-tier player. And that's when VG will start like dominating super hard.
Yeah. And I wonder what the mindset was, because coming into this team, you weren't, I don't know if you were entirely sure if you were going to be able to stay and hold that spot with the mindset that 23 was supposed to come in and play for ViCi, right?
Yeah.
But he plays a couple of Dota Pit events. He starts winning with ViCi. I believe they won one of them, maybe even 2 of the 4 Dota Pits that happened in the offseason before the DPC. He's coming in from a team like Keen Gaming Luminous, which didn't exactly have tier 1 competitiveness all over them. And now he's still trying to play with ViCi, who's been top tier the entire time he's been with them. So PYW goes down to Faith Beyond. You've got nothing to say, caught by Yules and her Spike. But Dream Coil thrown onto the Lion. They've got the Veil, Illusory Orb with the Waning Rift. Yeah, it's there. They've got themselves the Rod of Atos, and look at the kill.
Yeah, it's just really simple right now, the way LGD makes this game look. The Heavenly Voice spoke to you. Did you listen to it?
Yeah, it came from my left ear. I was a little surprised.
Yeah, it usually comes from the right.
Yeah.
Same for me in the shower.
If you turn around, does it come on the right ear?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as we're on the same page.
It's usually my move. Just to make sure that I'm not crazy, you know?
So looking with that Vendetta to go into nothing to say, but that's not going to work any favors just yet.
But PA is closing in on her BKB. Ursa getting stunned up.
Stunned for a second. Rod of Atos comes in again. They've got the Swashbuckle.
It's not a fight. You have to be careful. They have Rock. They have Roll. This is so scary to fight into. Like, can you, even when you have BKB on PA, can you confidently fight? I'd say no, because you're still gonna get raptured. You still can't jump around like you want to.
Yeah.
Like half your BKB duration, if not the full, you're gonna be sitting there waiting for the rapture to end. And then you basically invested into a BKB that
does nothing.
Does nothing, exactly. Like he's building all in basically just to live. He's building the Saint Joshua, so the rapture gets dispelled faster or runs out faster. Just doesn't deal any damage still. Oh, PYW.
Blink forward, Spike Carapace.
What, that mana burn
some of
a
that
lot,
mana. Going Thunder, which will put him in the blood right for Faith Beyond to get another kill, and now he's unstoppable.
Yeah, good night, PYW.
Really just trying to farm anywhere he can. They've got the Rod of Atos to silence again with the Yules up into the air. They have the control, and they should be able to get the kill out of this Timber. Fatal Bonds once more. 4 heroes around him. It feels like there's no way he gets out of this one. Blood right down, I say that, and there's the Blood right just on the edge, finishing him off to put Faith Beyond at Wicked sick.
I mean, they kind of did that to themselves. They banned AA instead of Ursa, and they must have expected LGD to pick a hero like Ursa, because Timber never in the game feels comfortable against Ursa. Like sometimes you're this raid boss, against Ursa you're never this raid boss.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
DP?
Ooh, Faith Beyond, he goes down, and now they're going to try and turn it. Oh, we might get the score. We've got the score, and now they're going to go after Ori. They've got this Death Prophet in a bad situation with the Exorcism going, and the score is gone.
Nice score, bro. Rosha may respawn in 40. See, we got a fast respawn. It's going to be the second one. A very important one here.
Shard would be big for Ursa.
You can make a case also for the Pangolier, even the Warlock, potentially.
Yeah.
Also good
AoE
charts.
Shadow Word.
But who is the least willing to invest into it? Whoa, he gets blown up.
Poyoyo doing some damage.
Yep. Even though he already had a plate mail. All right, didn't.
So let's see what's next. Deso. Now Deso.
Yeah, he needs damage for sure.
Radiant's middle tower.
Deso into Basha probably. Does Ursa build into MKB yet? He hasn't.
But is the Deso too late?
I mean, the gold difference is only 5k despite the score, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, Poyoyo's kept up, despite the fact that he's strictly farming.
Yeah, they can still win this game for sure. DP is very close to her BKB.
Dire's bottom tower
And there's
is
no
under attack.
sort of Basha or Agon Scepter on the puck. He built into Aeon Disc Dagon. Like I spoke in the pre-game how I think Agon's and puck is really important in this game. But he did forego it all the way. Not building into it at all.
At least for now. Sometimes you see these pucks go like level 2, level 3 with Dagon and then go into something else and then finish off the Dagon later.
Yeah, I just feel like with an Ursa in a team, that's all you need, control. Ursa deals all the damage in the world you need. You have Warlock on top. You have Bloodseeker on top of that. You don't need to deal more damage on the puck, I feel like. See if it comes back to bite them in the after.
Oh, DY. DY again, Ranabee Toast, blood right.
Oh, he has go for dagger and one. Nice, he bought it.
He gets it before he dies, but that is another death here for the Lion, now sitting at 0-10-2.
I wonder if ViCi knows how close this game actually is, because the score doesn't display that at all.
Well, their supports are 15 to the 24 deaths. That's not...
It's not terrible.
Yeah. Poyoyo's only died once, so as a PA, I think you've always got that mindset of, hey, if, you know, RNGesus is on my side, I can win this game for us.
This is Exorcism and BKB on DP.
Bullets that are coming through, and that's onto the Timber Saw. They'll throw the Cyclone Dagger. Now they'll focus their attention onto the Death Prophet. They've got the Rupture out with the Lotus Orb. They're trying to still get this kill into the Timber Saw. They've got the Dream Coil down with the Silence coming out of the two of these heroes. Can I even go for this? It's Timber on his death timer of 50 seconds.
Rupture has already been used.
And Dream Coil.
Yeah.
With the Rolling Thunder. Like, a lot of the control that LGD have is gone.
Golem is still there, though.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That is a very big one. And Ursa didn't use his BKB either.
Radavetos onto Ori.
Oh, they need to deal with his high ground. Who gets
If
it
they
first?
can get the kill to the Warlock, that means a lot of their lockdown is gone. They'll take out Y. He'll buy back immediately. The silence comes through onto the Nyx Assassin, but they also silence up this Ursa. They're going to leave this Nyx to potentially die, but he's got the Vendetta, so he'll start to walk away. They've got the dust. They'll have the control, and they'll get the kill. Yule's up into the air. There's no way out of this one. And eventually, even with that stun, he'll fall.
Are they going to go back into the pit with this is the question. Coil is back up in 20. DP still didn't use any of her big stuff. So she's ready to fight. But it's getting very hard to contest this Roshan. Coil up in 10. That's the big one. Sync faking the roll.
Ooh, Finger Hex, Chaotic Offering, so they're going to start with the rock. They've also got the roll. They're listening to some rock and roll music as they go after ViCi. But right now, they've used quite a bit in their ultis. They haven't got much yet, but they've got the Rupture. They have the Dream Coil. They'll get the kill to Poyoyo. They'll turn this one around, getting the kill onto the PA and taking him out for 60 seconds. So even with the Exorcism, they're going to chase onto Ori. He's been used up into the air. The Air Spike comes in from DY. It's not going to be enough to save Ori just yet. And now they're trying to focus their attention on Old 11. He's got the Lotus Orb on him, but it's not looking like it's good for him anyway. As the stun from Nyx Assassin might save the Timber's life, giving up his own. There's the Earth Shock. They've got the Blood Right down, and they'll get the kill on a PYW. Radavetos comes out of the DY, and he'll just taunt his way into the grave. So 4 kills there for the side of LGD. And what do you know? They're back towards Roche.
Yep. And this just shows you as soon as PA is ruptured, it's just a sitting duck. He tried to TP out, gets coiled last second. You itemize to survive, but you can't do that. Like, you can't survive. So, it's a tough game for them. It was a good rock drop.
Yeah, rock and roll right in the front. And
DP almost died right away. Gets away, but you can see the rupture on the PA. Doesn't have BKB up. Gets coiled as well. And it's just too easy for LGD to execute these team fights. Like, Timber Saw is, when you compare him to a Bloodseeker in this game, very useless. There's just not much you can do. Keeps getting blown up by the Ursa, gets all his mana burned by the Ursa.
And Ursa now has that shard to work with.
Visibility.
So he did end up getting the shot. He's very close to his MKB as well, which is really good against the PA, but of course also
Rupture
on the Nyx.
and the
He ate the cheese.
recoil. All right, let's see. They get a quick kill on a PYW and a finger, but the Aeon Disc gets there. So, you know, they're not going to get the kill onto the puck. The BKB's been popped by Ori. They're just trying to fight into this one. They got the kill onto Y.
Yeah.
But you can see, even with the BKB, there's not a lot that Puyo can do except for killing off a Warlock. Radovatos comes through, and DY dead again.
Warlock is dead. They had to use the cheese on a Bloodseeker at least, so that's something. But you can just really see the lack of damage here from the Radiant side. Ursa 600 to his MKB. Going back to the point, it's also very good against the Heaven's Halberd that Timber is building. Death was completed though, so her damage output is going to be quite a bit better.
The problem is, can you survive to output that damage? And it doesn't look likely.
And the problem is also Bloodseeker sitting at 24 armor. Even the Pangolier is sitting at 24 because he already has a Lotus Orb. He's massive. Who can you really kill other than this Warlock?
Yeah.
Puck has the Aeon Disc, as we said multiple times, and now MKB's up.
A last exchange, and he was fine.
Yeah. This MKB now is kind of like the nail in the coffin, I feel like. You had your evasion, you had your fun, but now you're gonna get clobbered. Clubbed to death.
Dagon Orbital 4. Going straight for the Dagon 5. No Ags just yet.
Yeah. Which is really the only question mark I have. It works out so far, but that's like the only comeback avenue, I'd say. Like if they can fight through their BKBs, get a couple of kills.
11K lead. LGD don't have to force anything just yet.
Yeah. Usually a scoreline like this is like a 20K lead or more, 30K.
Yeah.
ViCi doing a good job in staying in it.
That's the only thing. Like, you know, it's not to say that they're playing awfully, but that's all they're doing is staying in it.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And it just gets harder and harder.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Like this Dire scaling
Radiant's
is
bottom tower
brutal.
has fallen.
Like even 3 more armor corruption doesn't feel amazing with that talent. Like it just
Radiant's
seems like
middle
ViCi,
tower is under attack.
PA. I don't know if you're going to get anything done as this Phantom Assassin in this game at the moment, if at all, during the entire the entirety of the game.
Radiant's
Whoever you
bottom
jump
tower
at, this
is
Ursa is
under
gonna
attack.
just run on top of you and destroy you while you get raptured. So you have to be very, very careful and mindful of your positioning.
Rolling Thunder comes out with BKBB popped here by the Death Prophet. In the air is the Ursa. The follow that up with the stun, but they've got the Lotus Orb. So now things problematic for ViCi in trying to go in onto Ame.
That's a pop BKB by the Death Prophet. A very important tool to stay alive in these team fights. Down for 50 seconds.
Overwhelming blink, I believe, for Jinkyu next.
Just tanking up. I like it though.
He's so farmed.
Yeah. I mean, even the Warlock is already farmed too. They're already farmed.
The Warlock with 7,000 gold.
Yep.
Okay.
8 that melee creep.
Sure.
It was just a draw the creep aggro, of course, so I think you can clear that out.
Dire are scanning.
Basher next for Poyoyo.
Illusion.
But again, we'll see if it ends up being enough.
Basher also just flew out to the Ursa. Oh no, he's actually going St. Joshua, sorry.
And you've got Ags on Faith Beyond, so he's got 2 rupture charges.
Oh god, that's scary. Gonna use one right here.
Coming over, and Jules, Lotus, bounced up into the air with Rolling Thunder. I don't even know if they need to use the rupture as they clean him up.
It's so easy for them. It really is. Age is reclaimed though. And look at the triangle of the die. They're all just chilling there and farming at camp together while their base is under siege.
And then TP back from Faith Beyond.
Oh, he found him.
Radovatos stopping
Wow.
the TP. And that's 1 rupture.
Now he has no
And
TP, he's dead.
He has got the BKB, but that's it. He'll pop it. He'll try to fight, but now there's the
Rupture
second
again.
rupture, and he'll jump over and just die.
And they're just bullying him at this point.
Yeah.
That is bullying right there. And he didn't believe they would catch him. He didn't BKB TP. If he did, he would have lived. But Well played there by Fabian. Fabian.
Very, very underwhelming from ViCi in this game.
Yeah, the game just looks pretty like LG is kind of playing against bots. It's a very reactive play style from ViCi.
Again, a spike comes into that's going to be reflected on the Lotus, stunning up Ori, and the quick damage there from Ame to get the kill. They're onto the high ground. They've got buyback on both the Phantom Assassin as well as the Death Prophet, but it's not looking good here for ViCi. They're going to continue to tip JQ as he gave that Lotus Orb.
He basically killed the DP by himself with a Lotus Orb. Well, DY did help him a little bit. He's like, DY is like, I'm going to give you a little hand here, bro. But yeah, DP is dead for 40. Here's buyback. If he doesn't use it, there's two sides gone.
Yeah, it's two sides.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Ooh. See if they can throw a little rock and roll.
Roll up.
There's the roll.
I hate that sound it makes.
Dum 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 dum.
And I guess the story of the game with the kills has never really been that much about the gold, but the experience is so heavily in favor of
30,000 experience in the favor of LGD.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be 5 levels apiece almost.
I mean, just look at Syncue. He's level 21 almost. What's the highest level on Radiant? 21 on the PA. Wow. Right there you have it already.
So they'll set up. Roche potentially up soon. And almost has that overwhelming blink. He is ultra farmed. He's actually keeping up with Fate Beyond. He's done a lot in this game.
And he's at 2.6k health as well. He's obese. They're all obese.
ViCi on the high ground, and they've got the stun out onto the Ursa, but I don't know if that's going to matter. They already killed off DY, the throw down the chaotic offering, and that puts PYW up in the air with the rolling thunder. The damage coming in from Koyoyo is not looking like enough, and he'll end up dead. He's got buyback available, but I don't think he really wants to use it. Rupture comes out onto this Timbersaw. They bought back on all 3, so it's do or die time for ViCi at the moment, and it looks like they'll get on top of Jinq. Do they have the damage to get the kill here onto this Pangolier? It's not looking likely. He rolls up. He goes with the swashbuckle. I say it's not likely, but eventually he's run down, and I eat my words for breakfast.
No Roshan though. They will respawn in 2. And as you said, they had to commit a ton of buybacks. They did not kill a single core once more.
Yeah, they kill the 4 and the 5, but it feels like when you kill a Jinq, you are killing a core at this point in the game.
Yeah, that is true.
There was nothing that Koyoyo could do. He ends up
I mean,
basically
at this point
just dying
you can.
so fast. There's nothing this PA can do in this game at the moment, and
Yep.
I don't know if that's going to change with time. I don't think it changes with time because you've got 2 ruptures. You have ways to control him, BKB or not.
And that's why you really got to be decisive at the very beginning. Do you want to out-farm them, or do you want to fight? He went in between, and now it just kind of feels like he, as you said, has no chance in this game to do much of anything. Lion just running uphill by himself. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
PYW also spotted. Radavetos comes in from Faith Beyond on the backlines. They've got a 2-man Dream Coil coming through. They're getting the kill on a PYW as well as DY. Both of them don't have buyback and just popped on. Nothing to say. From the BKB and the Rupture onto Koyoyo, he'll eventually be taken out. That's 3 heroes dead. Rupture onto the Death Prophet, who will BKB and TP away, and they'll call GG.
Yeah, no chance.
LGD will take the Series 2-1. They'll be going to the group stage while ViCi go down to the very dangerous wild card with the teams that are in it. That was just an explosive game from LGD, and only LGD. ViCi really didn't do much of anything in Game 3, much to our surprise.
Game 2, Game 3, VG looked very different than Game 1 VG. LGD just crushed them in Game 2 and 3. There's not much more you can say about that. Which now almost secures NTI, I think. They're like 1 point short or so.
Yeah, it's like they have 800 and the threshold's 801 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a very one-sided draft, I think. The PA, I think he could have solo carried this game. If you went Battlefield first, you get super fat, 1 item ahead of the Ursa or so. You can cause a lot of damage, but felt very insecure about his item build. Like,